Welcome to Retro Showdown. Hello everybody, welcome back to F9 Gaming here on YouTube. This week's Retro Showdown, we're going to be looking at GoldenEye 007 on the N64, the Nintendo Switch Online, and on Xbox Game Pass for Xbox One. First of all, I would like to say that we are a fairly new channel here on YouTube, so I really do appreciate you checking out our content. Thank you very much. This isn't a full-time job for me, I have one of those. This is just something I do in my spare time because I love video games so much, and I've been a Nintendo fan since I was born practically. So thank you for your support that you have shown so far. If you could be so kind as to support us by liking our videos and subscribing to our channel and hitting the notification bell for future updates, then we would really appreciate that. Well, that bit's out of the way. Let's get on with GoldenEye's Retro Showdown. So to start with, here is your 30-second showdown rundown for GoldenEye 007. GoldenEye 007 is a 1997 video game for the Nintendo 64 system based on the 1995 James Bond movie of the same name. It is a first-person shooter game where you play the role of James Bond and complete missions that are based on the events of the movie. The game revolutionized video games back in the day as it showed that first-person shooter games could work on home consoles, which had previously been mostly on PCs at that point. And the multiplayer mode, which nearly didn't make it into the game, changed the way that people played games and was a strong influence on games that we play today, such as Halo and Call of Duty. A commercial success, the game has now sold over 8 million copies in its lifetime. In September 2022, Nintendo and Rare announced that the N64 version would be re-released onto Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S through Xbox Game Pass, and on Nintendo Switch through the Nintendo Switch Online plus Expansion Pack subscription service. The Nintendo Switch version featured online gameplay capability and the option to play in widescreen, while the Xbox version offered upscale to 4K resolution and unlockable achievements, a staple of Xbox games since the Xbox 360 days. Today, however, we will be playing the original N64 version, the Switch Online version, and of course the Xbox version on Game Pass. So without any further ado, let's get on with this week's Retro Showdown. Okay, here we go. This is the N64 version of GoldenEye 007. I'm going to start a whole brand new game file. I'm going to start with level 1. We're going to take a look at what it's like on here. We'll do agent mode. It's been a while since we've played it, so we need it to be nice and easy. So here is our mission. MI6 is confirmed the existence of a secret chemical warfare facility near that dam in USSR is heavily guarded location and workings are a cause for much concern. Nerve gas producer has been turned up in the hands of hostile regimes around the world. Deals with international terrorists are being rumoured. This facility should be destroyed with extreme prejudice. So we have a little bit of a briefing from M, from Q, and then a little comedy remark from Miss Moneypenny. So this is the dam level. This is before the opening credits of the movie. If you've seen it, you'll know it. And we're playing with an original N64 pad, so let's go. So control stick is moving around and your Z button is firing. The C buttons get you to slide left and right. Should be a bloke around here somewhere, there he is. There's the trick again. So again, same layout. This time we've got time to go up here. And shoot him. I don't know if my old controller on my N64 is just wearing out, but this new controller for the Switch feels a lot sturdier. Maybe it's time to get a new controller for my original N64. I have had that one since 96, 97, so maybe it's time for a new one. Says Pierce Brosnan in his finest form as Bond. Boom, 236 and one headshot. Let's gain entry to the lab again. Tell you what, the picture's much clearer through a HDMI cable than it is through the is it RCA cable? We know he's there, so we might as well get that out of the way and then do him. Oh, is there someone else in there? Nope. So same as before, straight down here. Straight through. Oh, let's get him. Some more bad guys to kill. But don't kill the scientists. You've got to keep them casualties to a minimum. I'm going to run through here. Oh, there's a guy that's shooting there. That door's locked as well, so we have to go around the way to get through. Got some more of this ammo. There we are, straight through, just like that. Mission complete. Stairs. He spotted me. There he is. Again, seems to be a little bit of a delay on the sound. I don't know if it's just a bad setup I've got with the Switch. Get down here and let's go and meet Trevelyan. There's Alec. There he is. Hello, 006. Wonderful Sean Bean again. Who just walks in my way. Fate. So let's blow them up and let's get out of here before we suffocate. And a nice little cutscene. Here we go. So now we need to find the plane ignition key and then escape on the plane. So let's go and do this one. This is one of those levels, I think, which is time limited, so the quicker you do it, the better. And you can unlock a cheat, which I think is DK mode, where you get to look like a gorilla in multiplayer mode. So let's grab these weapons here. Got a nice hand grenade, and we'll do it the way the movie did it. And come so through the exit, like in the movie. We're here. Now, I've just remembered about this bit over here. Let's go and get this bad boy, shall we? How many of you remembered this? Getting the tank. Who doesn't love driving the tank here? James. So let's do that quickly. Mission accomplished. So there we are once again. That is the start of the movie. So while we're here, we're just going to quickly discuss the multiplayer on this. You can play offline with up to 4 players, as long as you've got enough of the controllers you can use normal Joy-Cons, you can use Pro controllers, you can use the N64 controllers. However, for online play, it's your friends only, so you have to have people on your friends list who are playing the game at the same time and joining a game with them. It's not, there's no like matchmaking like you'll get in modern games these days, like Call of Duty. It's a bit of a letdown, but you know, we're playing an old game, so I think we can configure it for that. But that's a little bit of info on the multiplayer as well, so let's head back over for our final review. So there we have it. We've played GoldenEye on 3 different versions now. So which version comes out on top? Well, all 3 do have their pros and their cons. The Xbox version is a much higher resolution, smoother gameplay, an easier control system, now using 2 thumbsticks, a few changes to the buttons with the A, B, the Y, doing different functions, which were limited to 1 button on the N64. The original N64 version still holds up well. It's still the way to play the game, I suppose, especially if you're having multiplayer. But the Switch version, it does improve some things compared to the N64 version. It doesn't improve them to the same degree as the Xbox, though, understandably based on the resolutions that they can perform. Nintendo Switch being 1080p only and Xbox One being up to 4K, so you can tell the difference there between the two of them. But the fact that you can use widescreen, you can use a Nintendo controller, and you can play online multiplayer with your friends, I think that's going to cinch it for me on this version. I think the Nintendo Switch version probably just pips it to the post. I understand that's going to be controversial for a lot of people. There's been a lot of negativity around the release of the game on the Switch. Everyone's saying that it hasn't aged well, which, yeah, it's true, it hasn't aged well when you compare it to other games that we have these days, but you've got to remember the game is 25 years old now, so you know it's not going to stand up as much as some other games. You can see the quality of life improvements that they've tried to make on the Switch and on the Xbox versions compared to the original N64 version. It's nice to see the Nintendo logo spinning on the Switch version. It's a shame they removed it on the Xbox version, but you know, that's just the way it is. But we still get the same classic intro, all the same music's there. It's a nice touch to have the achievements available as well if you are an achievement collector on Xbox, so there is that added touch for that. But based on my experiences, I am going to give it to the Nintendo Switch version. So this week's winner for Retro Showdown is GoldenEye on the Nintendo Switch. So that about wraps it up for this week's edition of Retro Showdown. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to check out some of our other videos in this series where we have featured The Simpsons Hit and Run versus The Simpsons Road Rage. We've done Super Mario Bros. 3 on the NES versus the All-Stars Super Nintendo version, and we've also compared wrestling games back during WrestleMania week as well. Next week we'll hopefully be looking at Street Fighter 2 versus Mortal Kombat 2. Street Fighter will be playing on the Super Nintendo, and Mortal Kombat we will be playing on the Sega Mega Drive, Sega Genesis, whatever you like to call it in your region. So hopefully we'll get them working and we'll be able to play them and compare those and see which one comes out best. I decided to use the Mega Drive version of Mortal Kombat just because it's a more definitive version of the game. Yes, it is available on Super Nintendo, but Nintendo being the way they are, they did kind of downgrade it slightly to make it a bit more friendly to their audience. So we're going to go with the uncensored version on Mega Drive. So hopefully you can join us for that one next week. Don't forget to check out some of our other series that we've been doing here as well. We're doing some mini movie reviews. We've recently reviewed the Super Mario Bros. Movie, and we've done the Tetris movie. You can take a look at them as well. We will be adding more movies to the series as we go along. So yeah, that's what's coming up next week, fingers crossed. But thank you for joining us this week. If you have enjoyed watching us play GoldenEye, do hit the like button. Leave your comments below as well to let us know what you think of our opinion on the fact that the Nintendo Switch version is the best. Please do argue with me in the comments below. I'd love a debate about this, as I know it's quite a controversial choice for me to make. So do please let me know. Do also remember to hit the subscribe button so that you can watch our videos, and also hit the notification bell so you can be alerted to when our next video for Street Fighter vs Mortal Kombat is uploaded. But that wraps it up for this week's edition. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you next time.